When the blast hit, Staff Sergeant Daniel Cole didn't scream. He remembers the silence after, the surreal quiet that follows an explosion, like the world pauses in respect for what it's just taken. Dust filled his lungs, blood soaked his uniform, and where his legs should have been, there was nothing but agony and ruin. He didn't expect to wake up, but he did. And when he opened his eyes in the military hospital, 6 days later, they told him, "You're lucky to be alive." He didn't feel lucky. The months that followed were filled with surgeries, therapy, and well-meaning visitors who called him hero while staring at the space beneath his blanket. He smiled for the photos. He nodded through the speeches. His brothers were still out there, and he was here, safe, but maybe, just maybe, he could still bring them home. He wanted to lead recovery operations, navigate drone recon, liaise with Sir Chandras, get replaced. Not because he had no legs but because he had no mission, but inside, Daniel felt lost. The army was his life. Then came the nightmare soldiers crying out in smoke, trapped behind enemy lines. He could see them, hear them, but he couldn't run. He couldn't reach them. Until one morning, at 2:47 a.m., something clicked. He couldn't fight anymore. Then said Nut. That's not how things are done. What started as a crazy idea became a plan. Daniel submitted paperwork to return to duty not as a soldier in combat, but as a coordinator for field extractions. The military said no. So Daniel fought again, not with rifles but with forms, appeals, arguments, and grit. He learned every inch of satellite, tracking, logistics, and terrain modeling. He took pain and turned it into momentum. He got prosthetics. He trained harder than he had at boot camp. 80 months later, Operation Homebound was approved. His voice commanding guides helicopters through storms, coordinates medevac landings, and brings families hope. He was back from a command station in the Middle East. Daniel now directs missions to recover wounded soldiers, trapped units, and even fallen comrades. One day, a young soldier called in from a pinned unit. "We're losing men. Is anyone out there?" Daniel answered without pause. "This is Homebound. I'm bringing you back." And he did. Again and again. People think war ends when you leave the battlefield. But Daniel knows better. Sometimes, the most heroic mission happens after the fight is over.